Have we seen an end to China making big buys of U.S. ag products for a while? Farm Journal's Tyne Morgan puts that question to two market watchers this morning.
Arlan Suderman, Seth Meyer joining us now. Arlan, when you look at China right now, a lot of questions. Are they going to come in with some big buys? But we're coming up on the end of the month where China started their buying spree, and that's when we saw those historic purchases of corn. Could we see China come back in and have some of those unexpected purchases?
Yeah, a lot of the corn that they bought a year ago, they still haven't taken shipment on, and that's a concern. There's about 10 million metric tons plus whatever might be part of unknown destinations in there that they have on the books. They have started to take shipment on some of it. We anticipate that that's going to pick up here over the next few months in the second quarter of this year and see bigger shipments to China. But they've really been leaning very heavily on Ukrainian corn to this point. So we do expect that to pick up. But new sales, we've been just basically expecting new sales to be kind of flat into China and overall shipments to China to be a little bit weaker this year and then to pick up next year once again. We continue to see some poor feed margins in China. Wheat is cheaper in some regions as well. I think that's going to be a near-term problem. Now, put in relative to past years, it's still big. It's still a lot bigger than what it was, just down a little bit from last year and then pick up next year. But I think in the end, I agree with USDA's decision yesterday to cut exports to 2.2425 billion. That brought it closer to my 2.4 billion, and I think brought us a little closer to reality.
Seth, a lot of questions right now that we have passed the 2020 and then 2021 timeframe when China was supposed to meet those minimum purchase requirements of phase one. Secretary Vilsack recently saying that China fell $16 billion short and that the U.S. trade representative is going to hold China accountable to make up for that shortfall. Do we have a final tally on China right now when it comes to did they live up to their commitments in phase one?
I think we're getting near the end of the calculation phase. I certainly think the secretary's got his calculated number out there. We're closing in on the end of this. And I think there is no doubt we fell short. I think that debate will continue on in terms of we're also in the middle of a pandemic. But when you talk about buying corn from the Ukraine, it certainly does raise some questions about how they may fulfill their obligation under phase one.
All right, Seth, Arlan, thanks for joining us. Let's take a quick break, and then we will have a check of weather right here on Ag Day.
Contact Arlan Suderman by email at arlan.suderman@intlfcstone.com.